Hey kids, it's Teacher Graham.
Mr. Khoa.
And it's time for our science class today, so let's take out our books and begin. Today is Tuesday the 25th of February in 2020. Our daily science grade 3 book, Big Idea 5, go to week 2, day 1. Why does a straw look bent in a glass of water? First, we'll begin with vocabulary, then move on to some reading, and we'll end it off with our tasks. First is our vocabulary. Repeat after me. Refract. Refract. The word refract means to bend. Look at the pictures of the two glasses of water. We know that there's only one straw in the water, but due to refraction, we can see that the straw below the water looks bent. Bend. Repeat after me. Bend. Bend. Look at this spoon. We can see that the handle of the spoon has been bent, and we call this a bend. Next is gather. Repeat after me. Gather. Gather. What is he gathering? It's a bunch of apples. Great work. Let's practice again. We can see refract, refract, bend, bend, gather, gather. Look at the picture on the left. What shape do you see? It's a triangle, but this particular triangle is called a prism. A prism is a piece of glass in a pyramid shape. And when light enters from one side, it refracts through the prism and releases different colors on the other side. And again, the spoon has a bend in the handle. And finally, the person at the end is gathering some apples. Time for some reading. Let's do it together. Our eyes work by gathering light. If you can see an object, that means light rays are traveling from that object toward your eyes. But sometimes light passes through something else that refracts the rays or bends them before they reach your eyes. For example, light cannot pass from air through water in a straight line. When light hits water, it gets refracted. Now, let's look together in the paragraph and try and find the key sentences. You found them. Starting from the beginning, our eyes work by gathering light. When you see, all the light enters your eyes and it gathers together and sends a signal to your brain. Light passes through something else that refracts the rays. And another word for refracts is to bend them. Finally, light cannot pass from air through water in a straight line. This is why when we look at the glass full of water in the straw, it looks bent.
Topic: refraction of light.
Huh?
Why does a pencil look bent in water? Wow, that was a very cool magic trick. Now check this out. Oh. Hey, stop crying. Your magic wand is not bent or broken. Look, it is safe. But do you know why your magic wand appeared bent in water?
Huh?
Oh. It is because of refraction of light. Refraction of light is the change in direction of light when it passes from one medium to another obliquely. So, what do you think are the two media here? You don't know? No worries. I will tell you. They are air and water. Oh. When the light rays coming from the tip of the magic wand pass from water to air, they change their direction. That is, they get refracted. When these refracted rays reach our eyes trace them backward as straight lines. Due to this, the rays appear to come from a point slightly above the original position. Hence, the magic wand appears to be bent in water. Oh. Similarly, like the magic wand, a pencil appears to be bent in water.
Sau khi chúng ta đã được đọc bài học từ mới với thầy Graham thì thầy sẽ giải thích bài của chúng ta hôm nay như sau về hiện tượng khúc xạ ánh sáng. Như các bạn trên hình đã thấy, đây là hiện tượng khúc xạ ánh sáng. Hiện tượng khúc xạ ánh sáng là gì? Hiện tượng khúc xạ ánh sáng là hiện tượng ánh sáng đổi hướng khi đi qua mặt phân cách. Đây là mặt phân cách nè. Giữa hai môi trường trong suốt có chiết xuất khác nhau. Đây ở ngoài là khí, còn trong đây là nước. Khi ánh sáng mà đi qua mặt nước trong suốt thì ánh sáng sẽ bị gãy đôi, nó bị bẻ cong như thế này, như cái đường B nè, và đường này A thì nó không bị gì hết, như con đã thấy rồi đó. Và đây là ảo ảnh nè, để con đổ nước vào thì cái mũi tên này sẽ đổi hướng ngược lại đó.
Alright, let's try some questions. Number 1. How do our eyes work? Can anybody explain how our eyes work? That's right. Our eyes work by gathering light. When we look at something, light enters through our eye and it gathers a picture which then transmits that image to our brain, and we comprehend that as sight. Number 2. What does it mean if you see an object? You found it. That means light rays are traveling from that object towards your eyes. And lastly, number 3, when light hits water, what happens? That's correct. When light hits the water, it gets refracted, and we see a bend. Now for your tasks. The diagram below shows how light refracts. Study it and then answer the questions. First, what is creating the light? And the light passes through the glass full of water. And for the top line A, the light passes through the air above the water. What happens? And for line B, the light passes through the water, and then what happens? Number 1, which ray is being refracted, A or B? That's correct. It's B. Number 2. Which ray does not change its path? And please tell us why. The answer is A. You're correct. The reason why it doesn't change its path is because it doesn't pass through the water. With the top ray, line A, air does not refract the light, so we see it in a straight line. But for B, when the light ray hits the water, remember, it bends or refracts, and we see it a little bit off-center. Alright, let's move on. For B, fill in the bubble next to the correct answer. Number 1. The word refracts means which? To pass through, A. Bend, B. Block, C. Or bounce back, for D. Please circle the correct answer. A, to pass through, means it goes from one end to the other through an object. Bend means we go from a straight line to a curved line. Block means the light or the object does not pass through at all. And D, to bounce back, means it hits an object and goes back the way it came. Which one do you think is correct? That's right, the word refracts means to bend. Correct. Number 2, our eyes help us see by doing what to light? A, producing light, which means to create light. B, separating light, changing it into multiple forms of light. C, gathering light and collecting it for further use. Or D, shutting it out and blocking the light. What do our eyes help us see by? You're right, it's gathering. Question C. Don't forget to write it down and we'll check it again later. Thank you for learning with us today. Don't forget to do your homework, review all of your former lessons in this lesson, mark it all down in your book, and we'll see you next class. Goodbye.